Hey, pray us in, fool.
Me?
Yes.
All right. Heavenly Father, we pray that you would give Larry patience today. He is short-tempered. But that's okay, Lord. We're here to touch lives for your glory and the glory of Jesus Christ. And if we can, help people get sober in the process. Please bless our words and just give us grace as we speak. It's in Christ we pray. Amen.
Amen. Let's go to work. Drink it. Go, boy, go. Here, Dick. You are a dick.
It's like those commercials where
Right.
they're smoking. Take you out of me. That ain't right.
That ain't right. Welcome back to Recovery Unfiltered. I'm Larry, and I am an alcoholic.
Rob Thomas, grateful alcoholic, recovered alcoholic, recovered from a seemingly hopeless state of body and mind.
Well, welcome back, Mr. Rob.
And we got Brandon and Jamie on the 15th, right?
Yes,
Not
sir.
next Sunday.
We're recording two today.
Right.
And we're going to record this with my lovely wife, Katie. She's going to be sitting in with us too. Oh, wait a minute. Wrong one. See, I got to learn this one. Katie was sitting in a blank.
Yeah.
In a blank.
Hello.
But we are recording. This is pre-recording before our guest Kurt gets here, and I cannot wait for that one. So next week you guys will hear that, and it's something that's a long journey where he's at, and there's some other stuff that's involved in that. I'm sorry,
The first,
yeah.
and the
I
first.
mean,
That was
I guess
pretty
we
cool.
could talk about that, right?
Cool.
I mean, we're going to talk about it again later, but yeah, I didn't realize that when Kurt started, I'll tell the story on the next one. It's going to be a good one. I mean, where he came from and to where he's at now, pretty damn incredible, pretty incredible. And and it's different, right? He got in started with AA, but then he kind of fell out, right? And he went down a bad road. Then he came back and he's doing it through God, right? And he's doing
Which
it
is
through
how
the
we
church,
do it, just
right. Just doing a little
different
differently.
strokes for different folks.
Just a little differently. So anyways, we are going to grab hold of a topic today. So Katie mentioned a while back, she goes, you know what you guys never did, Larry? You guys have never really went through the steps and explained it to them. And I'm like, I guess we probably really haven't. We've talked about each step, right? We went through each one.
We just kind of assume that
right.
they,
Right. So I went ahead and put the steps in more of a layman's term. And as I read them,
he finally rewrote the fucking book.
I told you I was
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. By God, it's about time, Larry. Now people can actually get sober.
There you go.
Jesus, recovery is on its way.
They're doing it my way.
Hey, look at
Because people
hold on.
will understand your way the best way, right?
Look at that. That's
Just can't help yourself, can you? You can't help yourself.
not bad for 170.
Cannot help yourself. So anyways, I'm going to walk through this, and there's a couple other things, and I'm going to let Rob.
Do we have any shout outs to get? Any?
You know what? That's a good point, Rob. That is a good point. You know, we
Well,
did.
we read
got
some emails after you showed me some
I mean, I got
emails
we got some great emails from Lyndon and Richard. The Richard is the one that he's the one I sent you that was just incredible. He started listening to us about 6-8 months ago, and he's been sober for a little while. He's got an incredible story. And
Where's he from?
I don't really know.
Texas.
Oh, no.
Ferris, Texas.
Ooh.
Only because I sent him stickers.
Now, is that down south, Midwest? Is that in the middle? I don't even know. Ferris or
Yes.
Paris, Texas?
Ferris.
Ferris with an F.
Yeah.
All right.
And then we have another one by the name of Richard. There's another one. Richard's the one you sent the stickers to.
Yes.
So we made an announcement the rest of them we talked about prior to this. But the one, Richard and Lyndon both, I've talked to them about bringing them on the show through Riverside, through Zoom, basically in the same kind of way. And hopefully we can get that done and it turns out okay. Right. I mean, I've never done it. This program or all the setup here will allow us to do it. So I'm going to try it. One's in Paris, another one's in Salt Lake City, Utah. Ferris. What is the difference?
Ferris.
F
What is
and
the
P.
difference?
It's a letter. That's all.
What's the difference? Anyways, so yeah, that's
Geography.
kind of excited about that, and never done one through the Zoom part of it. But now I'm going to go through this, and
Lay
I'm
it
going to
down,
let
kid.
Rob.
Lay it
I'm going
down.
to let you give your explanations to these because
Mine.
you are a professional when it comes to these.
I'm
All
a
right?
rising star in Alcoholics Anonymous.
You are a rising star, all right. A rising star in your own mind. A
That's
legend in your own mind. Number one, admitted the problem. I can't control my drinking. My life isn't working.
So that's step number one.
That is step number one. Yep. So I mean that You know,
But
and
that
I
goes
just,
with anything, doesn't it? Until you solve, I mean, you got to admit there is a
Right,
problem before you
right.
can work on solving it.
but you actually say the step. What is the actual step? This is where
Admitted we were powerless over alcohol
There you go.
and that our lives had become unmanageable. We did not say, I'm an alcoholic. It's not admitting we're alcoholic. It's admitting we were powerless
Right.
over, because that's why page 45 comes in.
Right.
And page 64 is such a big deal.
Right.
We were powerless over alcohol and our lives had become unmanageable.
Yeah, so that is how, basically, layman's term on number 1. Number 2 is believe change is possible, right? Believe change is possible. Maybe I don't have all the answers. Maybe help exists beyond my ego.
Ooh,
I knew you'd like that one.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's a great way to put it. Did you make that up?
Yeah,
If you
what did I
did-
just tell you?
If you did, write that shit down because that's a good one. I'll
It's
steal that.
right here.
I'll steal that.
You
Son of
have
a-
it.
You have it right in
You
front
can
of
take
you,
it with
dork.
you.
There we go.
You have it right in
Shit,
front of you.
Look at that.
So that is one. That is number 2. So what is number 2 in our book, Rob?
Came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity, which implies that we were fucking insane.
We were, right? I mean, we've talked about a lot of
The
stuff.
insanity of our behavior, absolutely.
We've talked about a lot of stuff on this podcast to prove just how insane we were, right?
I mean, now, let me ask you a question. They say insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. I don't know. Isn't insanity doing the same thing over and over, knowing what the fucking result's going to be? Going and picking
Same
up that
thing.
drink, you know what's
Same
going to
thing.
happen, but I'm going to go grab. This time it's going to be different.
Yeah, same thing. You know, Katie.
Or you can control it this time.
Yes, I'm going to control. You know,
So Katie, last night I couldn't sleep worth a darn. Here's fun, right? No Copenhagen for a while now. No Copenhagen since December 28th. Katie, I couldn't sleep worth a shit last night, so I'm laying there up in bed and I'm watching TV. And she wakes up. She's like, her little sleepy eyes. She looks over at me. She goes, "What's in your mouth?" And I go, "Cashews," because I'm sitting there eating my cashews. She thought I got out. She thought I got.
is
out
that
some
how you
Copenhagen.
sounded, or is that just how he heard
Oh
it?
no!
Or did you grab?
Don't
I
lie.
don't know. He's
Well-
super sensitive right now. So
Yeah.
it could be how I was like, for me, what we have gone through with his surgery and knowing that this is what is going to make him successful is for him to, not be on any tobacco products whatsoever.
No nicotine
No
whatsoever.
nicotine, because that is what's
Yeah.
going to make this fail. I don't want to go through this again. I don't want to go through the
So
separation.
it's fear. It
It is a fear
absolutely.
thing too. But there's all of that. But I think in my mind, I know his alcohol was horrible, but I think we're so removed from his alcohol at
Yeah.
this point. But I'm not far enough removed
From the
his
tobacco.
nicotine. And so I'm like, what are you doing? I was so
It
upset.
was
Are
funny.
And
those
it was
tobacco
just-
laced cashews? You
and it was how
motherfucker.
his lip was, and I was like,
Oh.
it just looked like it.
I'm
And I
just
was
sitting there-
so,
Yeah.
and he kind of looked at me like,
I was sitting there fat and happy, just eating my cashews.
Go
About
back to-
1:30 in the morning.
Go back
What's
to sleep.
in your
baby.
mouth?
he may have a problem with cashews as
Hey,
well, but that's a whole other thing.
That's all right. That's a healthy fat. And I love
Oh, that's
cashews.
funny. That was funny. Anyways, but so that, well, I'm going to tell you right now, the Copenhagen has been tougher than the alcohol. Quite honestly,
Hey, I'm
gonna
not.
tell you
I'm not
that.
gonna. Hey, I'm not gonna argue that, buddy.
I'm going to tell you.
I've
that
done
right
both
away.
myself.
Yeah. Step 3. Stop running the show. My way hasn't worked. I'm willing to try something different. That's step number 3, basically, right? What do you now? You say what is
Made
step
a
3?
decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him.
Right.
So yours is a little vague on that one. You got to get a little more.
Stop running the show. is
Higher
where
power-ish in that
Stop
one.
running the show.
Yeah,
Right, that's.
I
mean,
can't. He
basically-
can. I'll let him.
There you go. That's what I was waiting for right there.
Yeah.
That's what I was waiting for. So that's basically our step 3, and then we get into the meat, right? Steps 4 and
Well,
5.
see, and then someone's going to ask, well, shit, how do you turn your will and your life over to the care of God? That's huge.
Right.
What does that even mean? Okay, that means you're
Right.
thinking and your actions.
Right.
You got to turn those over to God. Now, how do I do that? You do the next 9 fucking steps.
Right.
And then in that journey, as you develop, that relationship will start to grow with your higher power, whoever that is or whatever that is. Hopefully it's not a doorknob or a light, because a light will burn out on you and a doorknob will turn on you. Just, yeah.
True fact.
Anyway,
True fact.
as you go through that journey, that relationship will start. Well, by the time you're done with those 9 steps, you'll have a
Right.
greater understanding
Right.
and a spiritual awakening, and then a relationship will have blossomed, and then you grow
And you grow.
and you grow.
I had to use that the other day. I was using it. I said, "Don't you realize nothing grows on the mountaintop?
Nothing, baby.
Nothing grows on the mountaintop." I actually did
In
that
the
to my
valley.
biller. We were having a bunch of problems. I go, the good thing about it is nothing grows on the mountaintops. We're in the valley, baby. We're learning. Steps 4 and 5. Take inventory and tell the truth. Here's my anger, fear, dishonesty, selfishness, and where I've harmed people. Right?
Yeah.
Number 4 is just basically taking your personal inventory. Right?
Fearless and fearless.
And that's
Searching
where,
and fearless, which is truthful.
And that is absolutely where we lose a lot of people in this.
Because they're not for.
Right.
So I got to write this stuff down. And when they look at, okay, resentment inventory, not just who I'm mad at, why am I mad at them, and what was my part in that whole situation, sexual inventory, and a fear inventory. And then I got to go tell somebody about this shit, about Abigail, my chicken.
Yeah, but you're pretty proud of Abigail.
You know, I've heard some, because I got started Edgar on his fourth step on Thursday. And I told him a few stories. He's already heard Abigail, and I've told, and then there's, I told him some embarrassing things. I told him about being molested for me, that, and then I've told him some funny shit. And I've shared some stories, unnamed men who have said, yeah, Rob, you can share that as long as you don't ever say, where it came from. But you can absolutely, if that, but if that's their way, because they don't sponsor, but they said, if this helps another man, absolutely share it. About a gentleman, he got his, we guys know, because we live in Oakdale, a lot of dairies, the milking machines and stuff. I knew a gentleman who got his, yes, Katie, I didn't have to say it. He got his pecker stuck in the
milker?
In the milker.
And he had to call for help, to shut the, so there you go. And that ends up on a 4th step. How free do you want to be? How free do you want to be? There's those kind of things, and there's the everything.
Yeah, I did my 4th step with 5th step with Doug on Thursday.
Did everything that you had said to me, or new stuff?
It was a lot of new stuff.
Perfect.
A lot of new stuff came up. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that that came up with just over time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, some of the stuff that came up was stuff that from my childhood, from my, just more stuff.
As that layer got peeled, that onion got peeled, I did the same thing.
And, you go through, more shall be revealed.
Speaking of that, I was talking to Edgar, and he had brought something up in his first, or actually his biggest, because I made him, I make people do from your own life. Give me 2 examples so they know what that inventory looks like, because we did it with their own life. And the number one fear I've heard of it, but never being the number one. So I said, I just shared something that I didn't share with Jay. I didn't share with Kurt. I didn't share with Doug. It had just come up, with another piece later. Say, hey, well, let me tell you this. So I just shared it with him. God, another human being, right?
Right.
Did a little 5th step with him.
Your own.
Yeah, my own.
Yeah.
And he's not going to tell anybody because some of the shit he told you.
Yeah, well, he probably shouldn't, but.
I got in trouble with my guy over in Reno. I said something to somebody else, and it came back to bite me in the ass. So, and it really wasn't that bad of a deal. So, but I learned a valuable lesson with what you're not. I'm not really sponsoring him. I'm helping him, right? But I opened my mouth on something with somebody else that I shouldn't have, and boy, did I learn my lesson.
There you go.
He wasn't mad. He was just like, "Hey, did you?" And I'm like, "Dude, I knew the minute I said something that I shouldn't have said it." Right?
But see, over the years, as I've done this, and I work with anonymity is great, but I'll ask, hey, like because Jason Allen has a great 5th step, and I'm working with the guy before Edgar, who had some law, with the law, messing in run-ins with the law, kind of like Jason had. So I hey, Jason, you mind if he goes, you can even use my name. I won't use your name, but can I use some of your examples in this? I always get permission, so it just for that reason.
Yeah, and Jason's so wide open. He doesn't. Yeah. He lets everything go, so he doesn't.
But you know what I've done? When God brings people, there's a certain connection. There's a reason He brings them to me.
Right.
So usually I don't have to go beyond my stupid shit.
Right.
And Abigail and whoever, all that stuff.
Step 6 and what? You done?
No, I'm good.
Yeah. Step 6 and 7 becomes willing to change. I see my character defects. I'm willing to let them go.
That's the biggest part. I see them. I see me.
Right.
As I am, not as I thought I used to be, not the mask I'm on, without a mask on.
Right.
I see me, in all its warts and all.
Right.
And God, here you have it. Take it.
So I just want to clarify, make sure I explain this. So 4 is when you write the inventory down. Number 5 is when you give it away to somebody else.
When you share it with another human being.
And the same thing with 6 and 7. Number 6 is we became willing to change, right? That's that. And then step 7 is the prayer, 7-step prayer, right? So that is 6 and 7. Here's steps 8 and 9, which this is where I got more out of steps 8 and 9 than I got.
I got my relief in 6 when I went, because the book says on page 72, after you do your 5th step, it says the next thing you're supposed to do is return home. It says returning home. You take an hour, go through your inventory, go through your step work, and make sure you didn't omit anything, which means you didn't leave shit out on purpose, because you'll get drunk. You take that time, and then that's when you say your 7-step prayer, and I felt relief then.
See, I when I was doing my 4-step, I had, parts of that feeling coming in, but I knew that the face-to-face and
that's what you wanted. You were ready for that. That's
ready.
what you wanted.
I needed to get there. I needed to get there because I had some stuff that I had hurt some people and said some things that I had to get off. I had to get to.
I knew I was going to get some. Well, I mean, I wasn't going to say I was looking forward to it, because I wasn't, but I knew it had to get done.
Right.
And I knew I was going to get some of this. I knew I was going to get some. What are you even talking about, Rob? I'm just glad you're doing good. Right. But I knew I was going to get a little bit of everything, but it didn't matter what I was going to get. I had to go do it.
Right. I never got any of that. Everything was very welcomed with open arms.
But I want to say, for people that don't understand the step, step 8 is, for me, the most crucial step for this reason.
Which step? Sorry.
Step 8.
Okay.
Most crucial. Where you make a list. It's a 2-part step. You make a list and you pray for the willingness. Because we don't know yet.
Right.
You may think because you plan on going to everybody. The sponsor will work out, and then like with people like Mario, right?
Right.
You could see, if you just send them out, hey, that's great. Here's the people you hurt. Here's how you hurt them. Now go do your thing. They'll make it worse. I've heard people.
Yeah, I could see that.
I've heard horror stories of that they fucked them up and then made it worse. So you've got to really sit down. Some of them, hey, go write to your ex-wife what you would say. Bring that back to me. We're going to read it.
I remember.
We're going to, and I did the, we're going to,
right.
Make some corrections if need be. Pray on it.
Do you think that's where people also haven't really, there's still anger behind some things in some situations as well, but do you think that that's where they've not really worked on themselves enough to be able to face that person and really to give that?
Oh, yeah. Right. Oh, there's sometimes, as fast as I like to go, but there are times, Katie, I've had to take a break. Hey, because they're still, and they have every right to be bitter, because that person, maybe hurt them as much, if not more,
right.
And they're still bitter.
Right.
But it's not about you.
No.
It's about freedom.
Right.
So can you lay that, and if they can't lay it aside, then we'll go do the rest, and you will be amazed as they go do some of the easier ones, as we call them, to come back to these. Then they're ready. Then they understand the process. They understand God better. They understand what this is about. And they're not willing to, they're not ready to sit there now. Okay, here's what I did wrong, and I'm just waiting for you to come back and apologize for your shit.
Right.
It's not what it's about.
No.
Well, they may never get that apology.
No, and you should never expect it. That's where, if you let them get some of the other stuff done, some of the easier ones, usually it works itself out.
It gets easier. Yeah. It gets easier for sure. I know that I went to my toughest one right away. I had
some people that's what they need to do.
I had one that I had to get to. As soon as I got that tough one done, the rest of them were pretty darn easy.
But correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not. I'm rarely wrong. Just kidding.
Haven't been wrong for 30 minutes so far.
Maybe 25. The amends of opportunity are always the best ones, and for me, they're always the most gratifying ones. The grocery store amends. You walk in, you've done it. This person was even on your list.
Right.
Oh shit.
Right.
There's old Larry. I owe him. And that God, because God put that on your heart, and He gives you. And Doug's missed this up. Doug, I'm talking to you because I know you're gonna hear this. 2 or 3 times, he's given that. God gave him that opportunity. Still didn't do it. But those are the most like yours at Cindy's.
At Cindy's, yeah. That one was never on my list, right?
No.
That one was never on my list. But as soon as I saw him, I'm like, oh my God, I owe that guy. And you know what? And you said it. That guy owed me a hell of a lot more apologies.
And you owed him
this direction,
right?
Than I did to him, but I didn't.
What did God say?
But I didn't. Just you, right? And I didn't.
Where did the blessing come?
Oh, right away. Yeah, for me, I didn't care about him getting any blessings. That's wrong, I guess. But I got a ton of relief for getting off my chest what I didn't even realize was there until I saw the guy face to face.
Those are the God ones I love.
Right.
But you know what? Sometimes it's not about the amend. Like, I know who you're speaking of, so I know that what you did or what we had in that situation with that couple, it wasn't horrible by any means.
No,
but your character showing him
right.
maybe will make him be a better person.
And we don't know.
And, and that may be true because there's familial ties there right now too. Right. And, our family's saying he's a really good person, right? And he's
probably changed some too.
I would hope.
Yep.
I would hope so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But either way, we have to lead by example.
Yes.
And
for sure. So, an example.
So let me ask a question really quick before we continue on with the rest of the steps. In both of your cases, going to Maynard's, how far did you guys get in your steps, or was there any step work done?
No, they won't. You are not to go past step 3,
right? Because
without a sponsor, they don't. It's illegal. It's against the law of one.
Yeah, because they're not a 12-step. Let me make sure I say
the way
that
Chris
right.
had put it, because he can't. I want him to be my sponsor because Rob, I can't. I'm your counselor legally. I can't. For 3 years or
1 year. 1 year.
Yeah. 1 year.
Yeah.
Because eventually I took him back through his steps.
Right.
But so
he 1 year, because I remember him and I, we would run into each other at Primary Purpose, and that's the only place I got to see him. And then we were, I don't know, something was going on. It was like the 10th month, and he's like, I think we're past it. So we end up meeting for lunch, and and he's
But they hammered this. I mean, you can't get because first 3 steps are not working steps.
No,
there's a prayer in step 3. So contrary to whatever your sponsor may say, go to page 60, people, and I'll show you where it says it. There's
in his pamphlet.
So are any of these? If they're, obviously they're affiliated with AA in some way, but maybe not sanctioned or whatever.
Some of them do.
Yeah, some of them do.
Some of them do.
But are they encouraging you? Like,
oh yeah,
sponsor?
Oh yeah, get a sponsor. That's all they.
That's Chris's 5, right?
Get a sponsor, work the steps. When you get out of here, they get you so far. Step 3, here you are. Go get a sponsor, work the steps. Some places will take you to all the way up to step 8, then get a sponsor, and do that. Go on and make them.
I've heard some of these places they don't even introduce the 12-step. Right. They don't even introduce the 12-step because they don't want to be affiliated with any of it. They put their own programs in.
But where do they?
That's something I spoke about with Conchetta.
Yeah.
Well, and that's one of the big things, like I said, that Conchetta and I spoke about after we recorded, and it was another thing that a couple of them and we know down south, a couple of those down there they don't input the 12-step program whatsoever.
And so when when you leave their facility, you're good, you're cured.
They give them suggestions on what to do.
Kick him in the butt and say good luck.
Yeah, I don't know.
Got your money. We're good.
Got your money. Now get out.
That's kind of what I think. But Maynard's was real. This we're here for to help you get your mind right, get your body right. Get clarity, and then we're going to give you a plan. If you follow this plan.
And that's one of the things I talk about when I go up there and speak, right? It's not, don't have a plan, right?
You have a plan. But I like about what you tell them is it's not, your plan is not to get your job back or your wife back or whatever you may have lost. It's to how you're going to stay sober.
Right. That's
because if you don't do that, nothing's coming back anyway.
No, you're going to end up getting drunk anyway. So that is, if you don't have a plan and your plan consists of how you're going to stay sober, the wife, the job, all that's going to fucking leave anyways.
Yep.
Right. If you don't have a plan to stay sober. So 8 and 9 make amends. I did 6 and 7. 8 and 9 made amends. I list who I harmed and make rights. Did I read that one already?
Yeah.
Step 10, ongoing maintenance. You don't like that word in there, but I do.
Well, because my sponsor don't like that word. I like ongoing growth. Because if you maintain something, what are you doing? You're keeping status quo. If we keep status quo, it's like being sober is like being on an escalator going up or going backwards. If you don't keep walking, you're going backwards. There is no maintaining anything. I think we need to encourage growth.
Well, and I'm gonna.
That's just. I mean, we may be splitting hairs here, but that's just how I feel
because
about it.
For me, the guy I'm working with over in Reno, one of the things he was like he's on that cloud 9 right now, right?
Yeah.
He's on that cloud 9, and I said, you know how to keep an old car running, don't you?
See, I was going to go there because me and Pat were talking about he sprung a little leak at church today, and if you've got a '68 Chevy Camaro that's in tip-top shape and you're maintaining that, it's still in tip-top shape. So I get your point.
Yeah,
but I just for the words matter.
Right.
And for me,
for sure.
Growth.
Yeah. I mean, for me, like I said, how do you keep an old car running? A daily
and
maintenance.
You're 6'3", I'm 5'7", so fuck you. Grow. I need to grow. You're already there. Leave me alone.
But wait, nothing grows on the mountaintop.
That's right.
I'm done growing.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing can be taught up here. Nothing can be taught up here.
Oh, good. I'm in the valley.
That's fun. Number 11, stay spiritually grounded. Prayer, meditation, reflection, whatever keeps me centered.
How about spiritually fit?
That's what it said. That's what I said.
Spiritually grounded.
Spiritually grounded. Spiritually fit. Same
Spiritual
thing.
fitness. I like that word. I mean,
It
because
is.
you've never, I've never, I mean, I've been pushing Pastor Steve about it. You know, they'll talk about, you know, how you, but then they'll give you
Right.
direct action on how to do it at church, but spiritually fit. Just like physically fit. You've got to stay spiritually fit. And how do you do that? There's action, and it's not sitting there. I mean, of course there's reading, there's study, but there's little action to be taken.
And for me, like I said, when I say grounded, to me, I got to
like
be
it.
grounded at home. I got to be grounded at work. Everywhere, everything I'm in, I got to be grounded in.
It's not like my
right?
son. He uses that because he's an electrician.
Electrician, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just
Which
for
is
me.
great, which is great.
I got to be grounded in whatever I'm doing, and then I got to have balance with all those groundeds, right?
And I don't even talk to me about balance because I struggle.
You're doing okay right now.
I got one guy, and I'm
That's
happy. Dude, I'm
very
so
good.
excited. Dude, I've almost cried. Said I got the book open. We're sitting down, and
The first one in a while, huh?
yeah, and I was like,
Okay, so let's ask Rob about this. You've walked many people through these steps, but it's fulfilling in a way each and every time in a different way
yeah,
with people.
because they're different people.
Because
with different struggles.
different stories, and what they've been through. But where do you see most people get hung up?
8, 9,
Really?
yeah, 8, 9.
Wow. Yeah,
Well, I mean, let's be honest. 4, 5, 8, 9. 4, 5, 8, 9. They, you know, they'll do like the gentleman that just died,
Mhm.
right?
right.
They just died.
Right.
One of the salt of the earth kind of
Right.
guy. Give you the shove of his back. Nice
Right.
guy.
Yes,
Went to
he
school
was.
with
He
him.
was amazing.
Nice
Yes,
guy.
He was.
Dead. You know
Yep.
why? Here's why. Started doing step work, and he's like Doug, times 2 workaholic.
Right.
But he hides, like Doug used to, you know, hide and work. Because surely
Right.
there's nothing wrong with work, right? I got to provide. That's what he would do. Start doing the steps. 4, 5's all right. 6, 7's all right. Got to 8, 9. There was 2 that he didn't. He kept making excuses because the work started.
This excuses on the steps.
Yep.
Oh, really?
No, on the amends that he did, because I already had to pay. Hey, you know how I do it.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
I check. Okay, here's our list. We're going to go through. We're going to do when you're headed back home. You're going to do wife and daughter, or whatever. However, then you're going to do in-laws on Tuesday. I have it all mailed out because because if not, they'll. Well, he went back to work, working a lot of hours, hiding. So he goes, well, Rob, when I come home, I'll get these 2 done. Dude, they should have been done first. I let him get a couple done to kick the can down. Then when he finally got some time off, he took off back home to see the wife. I get that. Well, it's all right when you come back. Yeah. Never did it. Then the calls got less. He's quit taking my calls, quit calling back. Then by that time, you know they're drinking, just running and hiding. But he's working, so it's good.
Yeah.
Then he's dead.
Yeah.
Because of 2 amends. I'm not going to say because he didn't make. So he didn't finish his work. So he didn't get that spiritual awakening. Started hiding in work, and then then pretty soon a drink sounds good with all the boys.
Yeah, but you also just kind of go back to those same patterns because I think
Yes.
I'm knowing a little bit of his story as well. That was kind of where he was always, working and away from home, and
Always.
away from everything
That
else.
was his escape, and that
Yeah.
that was his justification.
Yeah.
And
And it's what you just did.
and it killed him.
Yeah.
The sad part about it is, we say they come in 3s, and there was 3 of them that happened back to back.
Right.
Katie's cousin that passed
Yeah.
away,
Yeah.
and then Lauren, I guess we could say his name.
Yeah.
God love him. And there was one more.
Yeah. We love him. It's the kid who details our vehicles.
Oh,
It
that's
was
right.
His stepmom.
Yeah.
And
And now-
she was actually the first
Okay.
in it. And I believe under 50 and has children, has younger
Yeah.
boys as well, which is, it's absolutely horrible, but
It's preventable.
Yes,
It's
totally preventable.
absolutely
Yeah.
preventable.
And
Especially-
the sad part is our detailer, he said quickly, his dad could be the next in this if he doesn't, so I would hope that his dad would see what his wife went through and change his ways. So
Sad.
change your ways for your kids. I mean, what you do to your children, and I can speak from this, and I don't want to cry, but my cousin's son had no clue that her body was failing her because she was an alcoholic. And that to me is absolutely
mean?
horrible. She was lying.
She doesn't.
Oh.
He
Everyone.
didn't see her every day.
But he
didn't see her every day.
Yeah,
older, married,
Yeah.
out of
Right.
the home,
Got life going on.
life going on.
Right.
But the sad thing is and God bless him, he was willing to sit with her until she died. So he was told hey, don't know if you know what's happening. Your mom's in the hospital again, because she had just been in the hospital. And now here we're at, you know, and you need to come. And this poor child, which he's a grown man.
But that's your mother.
It's your mom.
That's your mom.
Yeah.
You know,
He
there's
had no clue.
Uh,
So
I'd watch both.
horrible.
I got to watch
Yeah.
both mine die. Not
She
like
said
not like
she-
that, but still.
She kept telling people she was having problems with her pancreas or
no,
gallbladder.
It was her gallbladder.
Yeah.
Probably you're having a problem with everything.
Right.
Her
Oh,
whole
yeah.
body was shut down, is what it
Right.
was. You know,
We lied to the end. I mean, I'm sorry,
Yes.
but we
No,
do.
we do.
it's-
Right.
And Lauren was lying to himself. He
Right.
did there was for whatever reason, and I didn't. You know, again, I'm not there. I don't know why he didn't want to do those two, but he avoided those like the fucking plague,
They chewed on him.
and he died
Right.
because he went back. Because what do? We drink,
Drink on him.
and
drink at it.
to drink is to
Right.
die. They say it's crazy.
True
but
fact.
here's something that was said. Old timers say it, and I fucking hate it. I've said it maybe once in early sobriety because I've heard, but then there's a guy named Frank. He's fucking dead too. But he died sober. He's just an old prick. But he had pissed me off one time, and this is where it changed my mind because I was working with some of us got to die so others
I
can live.
remember-
Fuck you.
I remember you were saying that.
Are some people gonna die? Absolutely, they are. I wish they didn't, but they don't have to. It's fucking preventable.
There's another way to say that, and I actually
I know what
said
they
it-
mean, and I probably said it too,
do.
but I
And
hate that.
And I said it to Katie, and I said it to her aunt in a roundabout way, and it's like, there is, well, and then Standon, I said it to Standon as well, right? I mean, it's a bad way to say it, but when we watch people in this program die of our disease, it's beneficial to us, right? To us that we continue to fight because we know this shit is real.
Is it?
Alcohol is baffling.
I've shared
Connie.
that. I shared that story with Lauren. Yet it wasn't beneficial to him. Wasn't beneficial enough. He didn't think he was one of them.
Well,
He's dead.
He's dead because he couldn't. I don't
Wouldn't.
know. I mean, wouldn't. I mean, you know what? And he had every opportunity. Same as all of us.
Same as all of us.
We all had the same opportunity, and you know what? That goes back to what.
But he's one of the ones that you want. I mean, not to. I root for everybody.
Right.
But
He was a good dude.
there's some that you root for
Good
a little
dude.
harder. I'm not gonna lie. And he was
Right.
one that you really want to do.
Yeah.
Man, you want to see him get it because
He's a good dude.
and I'm a prick.
He was.
And I'm not gonna lie. And I got it. So I'm like, you want these good guys, these
Right.
nice guys to get it.
Right. It was.
It was tough. That hurt. That was hard on me. I was
That was tough on me. I know it was
struggling
tough
last
on
Sunday. The 2 Sundays ago, when Pat came to
Yeah.
church for the first time, he was like, "What's wrong with you?" And I kind of shared,
Right.
"Oh, he didn't know. He never met Lord."
Yeah.
But anyway,
And Stan took a little rough too. So you know what? But like I said, I believe it was good for him to see that. I mean,
yeah.
he saw Standon. I mean, Standon saw him in his worst part, right? And he just and
that's why I bring it up because some people may think it's in bad taste, but I'm gonna let you know where he was in his steps, what he didn't do,
right,
and now he's dead.
right,
So everything this book tells you, don't trust Rob. Please don't fucking
Right.
trust me. Everything in this book tells you can trust 100%. Because it just played itself out.
Yeah.
And so I don't think it was in bad taste to let everybody know he didn't finish his work. He didn't stay spiritually fit. He didn't.
but on the other side,
it's just facts.
It's just a fact.
It's just facts.
yeah, and on the other side of that, there's a lot of people that do these steps, Rob, that get through these steps,
And then things get good.
and things get good.
And then they
right?
go back out.
And it's not even. I've watched people go through these steps, and at the end of the steps, they go right back out.
But I have questioned
But
Thank you.
I guess that's a question. Where is it? Are they really truthful?
the half. I've
Right.
had some
in 4 or
half-ass step
5
work.
or in the 8
Right.
or 9.
Right.
And that,
Right.
I mean, as a sponsor, do you have that inkling or
Yes.
that
Yes, you do.
feeling like
That's why, Katie, I'll show you.
there's more.
I'll take you to page 72.
Go boy, go, go boy, go.
I think we really need. Oh, okay. Maybe you guys can see Rob's book. Rob's book is so well loved. It's in pieces.
It says, if we skip this vital step 5, we may not overcome drinking. I don't know why he put not overcome. You ain't gonna. But whatever. Time after time, newcomers have tried to keep to themselves certain facts about their life. Chicken. They're molested. They broke the law in this way. They've done this heinous. I've heard it all. And I'm not a lawyer. I'm not your doctor. I'm not your fucking marriage counselor. I'm just your sponsor. I just listen. Certain facts about their lives, trying to avoid this humbling experience. Having turned to easier methods, almost invariably they get drunk. Having persevered with the rest of the program, like he's talking about,
Right.
they went on and did the rest of their work, half-ass. They wondered why they fell. We think the reason is that they never completed their house cleaning. They took inventory all right, but they hung on to some of the worst items in stock. They only thought they had lost their ego and fear.
Right.
That's what they do. That's why they go out. If you've had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, you're not going to turn around and go get drunk again right away. You're not going to. Life's probably going to get good if that happens, like old Jimmy.
Yep.
Did his steps. Life was great. Stayed with us for a little bit. And then for the next year and a half, hey, Jimmy, you going to come to a meeting? Nope. What are you doing? I'm going to race with my son. And life was great. Then all of a sudden, the drink sounded good. I'm cured.
Yep.
Now he's back with us.
What I'm trying to get to is we got a couple guys in that run around with our group that one had 23 years, another one had 14 years, and both of them went back out. I want both those guys on the podcast here.
Kurt and Rob.
To go over
that's
that.
No different than there was a gentleman that you were at Maynard's with who did that same
15.
situation.
Yep. He was out 15.
He was out, and then he.
And I've heard him share, but I know why. Then Kurt was my sponsor. Rob was Kurt's sponsor.
Right.
For a while after Jay, Kurt was my sponsor. I went back through the steps.
With Kurt.
Or as I like to say, I really went thoroughly through them.
Same as I'm doing right now. Right.
Yeah,
same as I'm doing right now. Number 12, help others. The best way to stay sober is helping another alcoholic, without a doubt. Right.
Yeah.
But that's also for service.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a service. And I love, there's nothing I like better than hearing from Brian of a morning. There's nothing better than I like working. But you know what I feel for me is
Katie, we'll go to page 89.
It's okay. I wasn't talking.
Sorry. Page 89. Well, she asked a question.
Motherfucker.
Page 89 says, practical experience shows that nothing will so much ensure immunity from drinking as intensive work with other alcoholics. This works when other activities fail. This is our 12th suggestion. Carry this message. There you go. So yeah, it is putting another block between you and that next drink, but eventually we don't think about fucking drinking.
No.
It's just being of service. Again,
it's because we enjoy it.
Some people aren't called to service in the sense
No.
of walking people or
They do other
sponsor.
stuff.
I know that it was a little bit strong. I mean, and yes, Larry's a different personality, as are you, but you know, I mean, you might not be for someone, Larry might not be for someone,
absolutely,
or be the sponsor for that person, but there is somebody out there for you.
Oh yeah, find them.
Absolutely.
And that's what I was. That same thing I was telling
And
Brian.
sorry, there's people that pour coffee.
Yep. Right.
There's people that chair meetings. There's people that just do the setup. You know, they don't like being in the front. They set up, you know, for all our activities.
Do the baked goods,
or whatever.
Just be.
There's all kinds of service.
Right, there is.
Find out the gift God's giving you.
That is. So basically, that was.
Let me ask a question, and this is for both.
These
of you
guys aren't letting me speak today. I don't know what it is between the two of you. It's almost like don't let Larry talk today.
Because Rob has said this. It's been addressed, and I won't indicate whom, but there's been some sober wives in your group, your men's group, that you've helped walk through the steps because you said it's beneficial for them to maybe get over what they went through with their alcoholic as well. Mm-hmm. But you've talked about how beneficial these steps are. And then to the second point, why do you guys feel like you have to go through those steps again? And why is it good to go through those steps again? And you can answer too, Larry, just so you know.
You're going to allow me to talk?
Yeah.
God, you're a sweetheart.
You go
today.
First, fucker. Let's hear you completely.
Hey, we got to get all the fucks out of us.
Sorry.
In this one, because we can't do that in the next one. We got to be very.
I think I've already
cautious.
said it like 3 times.
So, because Mama's going to be here.
It might happen. I can't. I'm working.
So,
there'll be a real lady in the room.
What? Yeah. Stop it, Kitty. So the reason why
come on, tell us.
If you shut the fuck up.
Okay, yeah. So I guess
both of you shut up. God damn it.
Gee, wait, that's worse than fuck.
But why would you feel like you have to go through the steps after being?
I had a strong desire of more stuff that I felt coming back up. For me, when I hear certain other people share, right, and I hear people share this and they share that, and I'm like, holy shit, yeah, and you start thinking, because there's some wounds, I guess you can say, that healed differently than others. I mean, some wounds healed very well, but they're still there. Some wounds didn't heal so well, and they're still wide open, and those are the ones that I took care of in the very beginning. You know, those
the low-hanging fruit.
The low-hanging fruit. And then as you go through this and you get further and further, the more mature you get in your sobriety, mm-hmm. the more you start digging, and the more I started digging, is the more, because I know what worked well the first time, and I feel that stuff starting to bottle and starting to get tight. And it's not that I had there wasn't like a huge resentment building up, but I also knew I didn't want it sitting there any longer than what they needed to be sitting there. I wanted it to get out.
And I didn't feel the need to do steps again. I'm going to say something that I have never said on this. Me and Larry talked about it, but I bet, I'm going to be honest, Jay had just gotten over a stroke when we kind of started working. So I thought what we did, but we didn't really go through the steps, to be quite honest.
And that's the reason
So
why
I was like 2 years sober, and then God kind of put on I started going through, like, I had that candida. I got sick, and I thought, well, shit, I didn't do something right, which I didn't. But it's still my responsibility. So I prayed. God put Kurt on my heart, sat down with Kurt, and we went through. So that's actually the time I went through the steps. I only went through the steps really once. Right. Yeah. But every time I take a man, like I said, every time I take a man through the steps, which has been many, I go back through them. And if something comes up, which it does, I just share it. Here's some garbage. Yeah. And if there's amends I need to make, I go do it. It's a gift.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'll ever sit down with another man. I mean, it depends on what God wants. Because I stay pretty clean by doing this. What I.
Right.
But and the stuff I'm working through isn't stuff that's happening right now.
No.
I mean that's what I and that's what I'm saying.
Katie, like being molested, didn't come up with Jay. I had buried that shit so deep it came up 2 years later when me and Kurt got into it. And they was like, oh, by the way, this happened.
Well, as watching Larry walk through his sober journey as well, I don't see things. I mean, there's other little things that I worry about Copenhagen. Other little things.
What's in your mouth?
I don't see him like he used to be. He's not the same.
No, he's far from the same.
His struggles, he processes them totally different than he used to.
Well, he uses you a lot. He bounces a lot off you like a sponsor.
Yes.
I do.
Yeah.
I weigh pretty heavy.
I mean, you have that openness as well. Mm-hmm. But check in with your spouse too. I'm always checking in. You good?
I think he checks in more with you than the rest of us, to be quite honest.
I do.
I do with Bonnie too. I mean, if there's something,
to me, you should.
Because you see us.
Right.
Hey, is it, she'll ask, is it work? Is it, what is it? I'll tell her this. Want to talk about it? No, I'm good right now. But sometimes I'll just lay it. And then I don't have to call anybody because she knows everything.
Why shouldn't you check in with your spouse?
You should.
Yeah,
they got to put up with my ass.
Well, true fact.
And my wife and your wife are smart. They know us, and they're never gonna give us advice that's gonna be adverse to us. Because they love us. So
I can be more honest with my wife than I can anybody else.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? I say that unless it's something that she's irritated me on. Right. And I know that it's something I need to work through with another man because I got to find my own bullshit.
Well, let me ask you this, because I know my wife too. And there's some things like if I was working with a man and there's some things that he shares with me that not that I share with her, but that really get to me.
Right.
There's some things, let's say there's a child involved or there's your children, how children get torn up in marriages and she loves kids and she doesn't want to hear it. So I'll take that to someone else.
Right.
If I'm struggling with that, I'm just hurting for somebody.
That's the courtesy you're giving your wife.
Right.
Too.
So there's some things that I don't take everything to her because I know what she doesn't. She'll carry that shit.
Yeah. There's certain things
I would. Hatred for.
Or she might go on her. That's another thing. I don't want her to think less of anybody. Like that, but just
would.
Yeah.
They'd have to watch out for her in the grocery store.
Yeah. Do you ever do a fit step?
With Larry telling me that he needed, or he felt like he needed to go back through the steps, it made me think like, okay, like, is there something that I need to be doing different? Or if this is really just something about him.
It's him. Well, just think, because just like you said, here it is, because I took Doug through the steps. Doug's bright. I can do anything different for him.
Right.
The difference is who he is now.
Right.
4 years later. Yeah. So more stuff like Doug did with me and Doug. Doug was 18 years sober when we went back through his.
Yeah.
And he got more out of that, he said, than the first time. Mm-hmm. And so when he goes back through, but it's because we are different people.
And evolve as an adult as well, but also you grow and evolve in your sobriety. You see things through a different lens. And
when I was 2 years sober, I'd already taken people through the steps, but I hadn't really gone through them myself thoroughly. And I realized that, like, I was struggling.
Right.
Like, Lord, I know what I need to do. Okay, I want you to. So I had to.
Yeah, and I think Rob does a great job of taking you through the steps because he bangs you through it, and he does to me, like I said, the low hanging fruit was done and gone.
But see, now someone like Derek, and I'm gonna take that back. Someone like Derek, who had been in the church,
right,
relationship with God. When we went through his, he had the most. He'll probably never do it again. He had the most thorough 4-step I've ever seen.
I had more.
There was low hanging fruit. There was every fruit.
I had more on this one than I did the first time.
I imagine you should. Right. I would too, because what's killing us right now is the drink and everything's just, it's just very few, there's very few, and we can't see. Our vision is blinded.
Right.
then as we grow and as we, spiritual, as we grow as a man, everything opens up. Oh, hey, I need to, okay, I can let this one go now, or I just found this one. We want to get deeper. We're ready to get deeper. We're mature enough to get deeper and let God have.
Yeah, I think that
we can trust God now a little bit more. Okay, take the rest of this root out,
maybe
please.
Trust yourself a little bit too. And those are things.
That's a good point, Kate.
You do scratch the surface of some things, but you think, oh, that wasn't really that bad, or that really didn't hurt, or that didn't bother me, until you really dig into it a little bit more. And maybe that's what you felt you need to address. So,
that's kind of where he's at on a few things.
Yeah, which is awesome. Good. I mean, it's healthy for you in more than one way.
It's healthy.
Benefit. Your family
for sure.
benefits
For
from
sure.
it.
I mean,
and the way Larry describes his, he got so much relief just from the low hanging fruit. So he's ready to dig back in because there's more relief coming. Right. There's more growth coming.
And what did I say? What did I say when I texted you? It's like I forgot what it was like.
I forgot how good it felt.
How good it felt to do that fifth step. Because I mean, when you start freedom just starts coming, and you go, okay, and then you start working out with your sponsor. You start working out, the scenarios and how to go about it, and should I still be holding on to this?
And Doug is very measured about how he does it.
Right.
It just has his personality. He's very measured about it, so it's good. He's good.
And once again, the reason why I wanted to use Doug on this one is because I had heard some of his stuff, and I know that some of his stuff was the same as mine.
Right.
Right. And what's funny is as we got to the end of my 4th step, my inventory stuff, he was like, there's so much of me in here. And I'm like, this is exactly why I wanted to use you,
we heard that, Doug. There's so much of you and Larry. And Larry and you, son of a bitch. Gotcha.
I didn't mean it, Doug.
Yeah, no, you did.
No,
hey, I sponsored both of you. I know it's true.
Yeah, but hopefully that also helps him.
It did.
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah.
He said it did. Yeah, he said it did.
Okay, so back to the other part of the question. The wives or the spouses who are not alcoholics that you've walked through the steps.
Some of them. I didn't get all there. Which was and a little bit. And I think they got enough just to not scare them, but realize. And that was in alcohol. So she's getting a lot of that book, Breathing Underwater.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And she's getting a lot out of that, realizing,
right.
Because you think like everybody else thinks this, the drunk is the problem. And no. There's inventory needs to be done everywhere.
Right.
And Bonnie saw that. They were talking about it last night because I took my wife through a fear inventory. I'm sorry, fear and resentment inventory a little bit. And then we happened to talk at Cindy's months down the road because she said, "You're my husband. You're not my fucking sponsor. So you don't push me like you push, maybe so, wow. 3 or 4 months into this, I'm just, I finally bring it up at breakfast. So how's that inventory going, babe?
Oh, well, you know what Larry handed me this morning?
What, for some inventory?
So I found, I did. I did because I'm going to be gone for the next 4 or 5 days.
Did you break it down how to do it?
No, and I'll show it to you in between recordings, because I found it, because I wanted something. Next time I take somebody through the steps, the form you have is good, but it's very vague. It's very, very vague.
It just uses the word because it uses the words that the book uses and nothing else.
Right.
Just what the book uses, and I like that.
But and I'll show you in between.
It's been Larryized.
No, I haven't touched it. I have not touched it.
Somebody else Larryized it then. And you just like the way they Larryized it.
It just goes in more details and help you understand the fear, the sex, and the resentments. It helps you understand it a little bit more, and that's why for like somebody like Katie, who's never been through the steps, never been sit in the rooms with us. She will, if she can read this, she can understand what those inventories
are. What I do with the one that's vague, with the one that just uses just the words that the book uses. That's all.
So does this one.
I take them, and I'll give them a few of mine. And then I'll take at least 2 of theirs. Give me your first resentment, then they'll do that. Give me your fear, and then we'll do a sex. So then they've done it out of their own life. Do you understand that? Yes, Rob, I get it. I've never had a problem. They understand it because we just walk through it. 2 examples from their life. There they go. Because I don't like to add. I don't add to because my goal, like I share with everybody else, is your trust is in the process and your God. Fucking not me.
Right.
Or any other man, or any other woman for that matter. Your trust is in the process and in your God. I'm just your guide.
So just like Bonnie has said many times, you have admitted it as well. Your kids have been AA'd. And Larry says that he sees that I've also, this is my thought process, and not even realizing this is how I've implemented it into my life as well. But it does affect the people around you
Yeah.
in so many
God.
different ways, but in great ways
Great
too.
ways.
Great
It's affected my children greatly, how they process, how they, I mean, like I was telling Logan, he's like, because he came to, I had him, he was struggling with just like, Dad, I'm doing all this right stuff. I'm doing everything right, but yet, he's just like Pastor Arnie said today, don't be envious of someone else's gift.
Right.
Appreciate the gift God has given you and develop that. And he goes, man, that hit home. So doing all this right stuff, Dad, isn't there a middle ground? Could I go have some fun like you guys did? And you're doing good now. That kind of, I go, do you really want to? No. I go, because he's a great human being. He's the greatest human being that I know. He just
amazing.
is.
Yep.
But I go, but think of that. We're talking today, and I go, think of this, son. Another man called me up. He set up this whole bowling and everything because he wants his daughter to meet you. I have a daughter. You know that. You have a sister. And the greatest, and as well as any, I mean, you got daughters. I mean, what a compliment is that?
Yeah, absolutely. To trust your daughter with another man, and you're the one that's brokering the deal.
Yeah, that's. Who wouldn't you want to pick? I mean, you got two great son-in-laws.
My daughters picked them, and I'm blessed.
Exactly,
blessed with what.
Don't get me wrong. I want to pick mine. And if I could, I'd pick my son. If I could have a son-in-law like him,
right,
I'm good.
Right.
That what a compliment. So I said, you're doing good, kid.
Right.
And the fact, so he's good. He goes, yeah, Dad, I think I need we went to a few churches. I think I need to get more of God back in me. Not that he really,
not that it ever left him.
but for him.
Yeah, but everybody's got to double down.
Yeah.
I don't care. Even as a teenager, you start to venture away from mom and dad, and you start taking on different stuff, and then you go, "What's missing? Oh, you know what? I need to cling to my parents a little bit tighter." Right? I never had that part of it, right? Because my parents were already gone. I went down a whole other rabbit path. But whatever makes you centered and makes you balanced is that thing that you're going to gravitate back to, right? And I now, where I am at in my life, my gravity and everything puts me right back in my AA book and puts me right back in the Bible, right? And when I'm right and I'm balanced in that, I'm balanced everywhere. And you know what?
That's where you get centered.
That's where I absolutely get centered and grounded, as I said before. Yeah. And that's where I get grounded. And then, I think Pat or somebody you may be the only thing that somebody else see. You may be the only AA. Yeah, you may be the only big book or AA somebody ever sees.
Jay said that to me.
So that's something I have to remember, right? And I think one of the best compliments I ever got was from one of my bosses, and he said, "Larry, you're the most self-correcting person I've ever met in my life." And I don't think it's just me. I think anybody that's been through these books, and I may be the only one he knows that's been through these books, right?
That takes inventory.
Right. That does it nonstop, constantly, all day long. Because
the most important part of walking this is when we do mess up. When we do get to make a 10th step and go make it, eat our crow hot and make amends. That's because they're watching.
I had to do it this morning to Brian.
That's more impressive to any. Like I was telling my son, what's more impressive to anybody is not that you've been living great the whole time, is that you struggled a little bit. You came, you humbled yourself, asked for help, and then you took that advice and you made some actions, some changes in your life. That's what we do. That's what people want to see. Right. That's what that's what impresses people more than doing right every day. Is when you do fuck up like we do.
Yep.
How's this man going to handle it? How's own your shit?
Did we get to you?
Yeah, I mean, yes. But where can people find the steps? Is it on the internet?
Oh, you can go on. Yeah,
anything.
You can download the actual whole AA book. It's called. Let me see. I can tell you what the app is. I mean, the whole thing is there.
Apps.
There is a few apps, but the one I use, it's called the 12-Step Companion. 12-Step Companion, and that's basically, I don't know, it's right there.
And we've said on the podcast, if you are a believer, not even a believer, if you're a spiritual person, or if you're a person that believes in a higher power, it doesn't matter. If you want a deeper walk with that,
for sure,
and a deeper understanding of yourself and a better walk with those around you, do it.
Right. And the other thing is that the book is 570 some pages long. All you really need to do is the first 164.
Yeah, that's.
And I mean that, and I guess that's something that we need to come back to, right?
Well, and just replace. I'm powerless over alcohol in my life. I'm powerless over anxiety. I'm powerless over
gambling. Whatever it is.
Put it in there.
Right.
Candy.
And I think that's where. And I think, Katie, that's why maybe you wanted to bring that up today, is because there's so many people that we talk about the 12-step and we say that you know, this could help your mother or help your grandmother, right? We say that all the time. We've never really talked about the steps we've gone through.
Totally.
Right. And you know what, you just Google AA 12 steps and
you can go as deep.
We do have people who are listening who may not have an alcohol problem themselves or are living with someone who does have an alcohol problem.
We have a few people.
My point in this was, you know, I've been AA'd, as have Rob's kids and his wife, because this is how Larry lives, and honestly, probably our own kids at this point too.
At this point,
you know, such. So, but I do think it's very healing.
Oh, it's beyond healing. To me, it's the only way to live. I can't live any other way. Yeah. Okay, what are you saying, Katie?
Oh, sorry, our people are here.
Oh, okay. So if you want to reach out to us, Recovery Unfiltered Podcast at gmail.com. If you want stickers, stickers, give me a letter, send us an email or something. Let us know what's happening.
Sorry about the 4 F words. I'll get better.
We're gonna do away with it.
Being here today. If you'd like to reach out to us, please email us at recoveryunfilteredpodcast.com. We will do our best to answer all of your emails.